have a go.
Mommy is a dinosaur. Imagination, and when he's tall, he's what we call a dinosaur sensation.
I love dinosaurs. In fact, I can confidently say that all of us love dinosaurs. The love for these dinosaurs can go as back as early as the film's inception. It's a rite of passage for every child in every generation.
This could be my own grandma.
Spike, what have you done?
Granny!
And for some reason you do not like dinosaurs, you're either lying or you're missing out. With the release of the Jurassic Park franchise in 1993, it took the world by storm. Children and adults alike all over the world are just obsessed with dinosaurs. So popular, in fact, that many studios and other bootleg merchants capitalize on its success. With their own shitty iteration and such, they may succeed in some aspects, but none would ever come close to, arguably, Steven Spielberg's greatest franchise of all time. Even 30 years later, we still got Jurassic Park films in production, even some successful spin-off series like Camp Cretaceous. Since it has been around for so long, then everyone must have loved this franchise, right?
You can pick up their scent, can't you? Track their footprints.
I was with the Navy, not the Navajo.
Like, I love the first three films, especially the third one. My brother and I argue about how I think Jurassic Park 3 is a slasher film, since the Spinosaurus is an active threat throughout the film and has a fucking vendetta against Alan Grant's group. He called me an idiot, but I stand by the opinion. I, and many other people, love the Legacy trilogy, but a lot of people have mixed opinions on the Jurassic World franchise. I enjoyed the first film, the second was alright, but the third I do not like at all. Who thought that introducing locusts as a main focus of the B-plot of a dinosaur movie was a good idea? I have a lot to say about the first three World trilogies, but those three are literally the work of the gods compared to the movie I'm reviewing today, Jurassic World Rebirth. I have no clue why this movie have a 70% audience score and grossed nearly $1 billion in the box office. I only watched the movie in theaters because my little brother is obsessed with dinosaurs. He is going through his dinosaur phase, and I want my little brother to enjoy the experience in theaters. On the drive back home, he told me this. The movie's pretty bad. Oh my god, yes! My little brother is going somewhere. Fuck that movie. If my little brother, a dinosaur fanboy, says this movie sucks, then there is definitely something wrong with this film. But why? Why would so many people call this the worst film of the franchise? At least for me, that is. Well, let's talk about it. Colin Trevorrow directed and co-wrote the first three films, but he did not film the fourth film because he is just burnt out. He is done. He's free. And he wants other directors and writers to work on expanding the universe. He purposely left the third film open to interpretations of the coexistence of dinosaurs with people. You know, that's cool. The world is overrun with dinosaurs. We have seen the black market, dinosaurs traveling through the snowy forest, and a T-Rex having beef with a fucking lion. Who knows? There might be a spin-off of some random exterminator having to clean out a bunch of copies in someone's attic. Chaos Theory was able to expand the story post Fallen Kingdom and bridge to Dominion. That's pretty cool. There are so many possibilities that the new creators at Universal can work on this franchise. And what they did is that they used those interpretations by exterminating the dinosaurs. Are you for real? It doesn't matter anymore. At this point, people in the universe just don't give a shit about dinosaurs anymore.
We sold 12 tickets all last week. 5 years ago, you'd have to wait in line for hours, if you could even get in. Nobody cares about these animals anymore.
Mainly because there are public new ones that keep causing property damage. So many people are sick of dinosaurs and are glad that they are dying out, which is unfortunate. I would love to see how people could coexist with these dinosaurs in a different perspective instead of Owen and his group.
Damn it, she's fast.
The movie doesn't make it any better when they introduce this mass re-extinction of the dinosaurs through a title card. This sucks. Like, the only time we ever see some kind of coexistence was seeing this poor apatosaur dying in the middle of a busy intersection in New York City.
Tell Annie M to little yeller out.
Oh, but not before we get to see one of the most stupidest failsafe we have ever seen in cinema history. Some time ago, these scientists are cooking up some genetic experiments, as they always do, until this fucker drops the most obvious ad placements I have ever seen, gets sucked up through the vent, and destroy the security system, causing a system-wide shutdown, and got himself killed by this mysterious dinosaur. What could it be? Who cares? It's only in the first 5 minutes of film and it's already pissing me off. You know what's even crazier? David Coop, one of the original writers of Jurassic Park, wrote this film. Coop claimed that he watched all the movies and read the novels before writing both Dominion and Rebirth. I am not sure if we even read or watched the same media because I have no idea what the fuck he is talking about.
Process, because that first movie is beloved and we needed to honor that and acknowledge that, and we wanted to recapture some of the spirit and tone that we had on that first movie.
I have some weed. Might be a little damp, but maybe it's still here, no? You don't smoke, you do smoke?
How can one of the legendary writers of Jurassic Park write such terrible stories? He brought in that shitty Lucas idea, and now this infamous Rebirth movie? He even wrote this script with Steven Spielberg as well. So I am just perplexed by what happened behind the scenes. There weren't any issues with the script, no major changes, no major script rewrites. So I have no idea why they both look at the script and say it's good enough and continue on production. Anyways, several years later, after the Snicker bar disaster, we jump to a modern time where our protagonists are introduced. Rupert is his executive from his pharmaceutical company, and he wanted to hire Zora, Scarlett Johansson, to work with our paleontologist friend, Jonathan Bailey.
You ready?
Yeah.
To collect dinosaur samples to treat heart disease, for profit of course. Not just any dinosaurs, no, the biggest ones. All 3 of them, baby. The Mosasaur, Titanosaur, and the Quetzalcoatl. I'm not gonna be able to pronounce his name, God Lord. If they got the sample, Johansson and her A-team will receive $10 million.
You could double the number that you and I spoke about.
For God's sakes, fine, agreed.
I'm sorry, 20 million. I find it so funny because Scarlett Johansson gets paid more than the reward given to Zora. Even less since they all splitting the reward anyways. On our way to Dinosaur Island. The adventure goes pretty smoothly until they get a distress call from the family that got attacked by the Mosasaur. Come on. The family. Yeah, I gotta be completely honest with you, I really do not like this family. No shit on the actors, but they are such an unnecessary inclusion in this movie. I'll get to them later, but right now, Black Widow wants to be a good person and rescue the stranded family. Shortly after their rescue, they found their first target, the Mosasaur.
Ah! It's beautiful!
It goes as well as you think.
Spinosaurus.
I love the redesigns of these Spinosaurs. The people making these designs making the Spinos more scientifically accurate. My other complaint is that some studies suggest that Spinos are more freshwater dinosaurs rather than ocean. And it really doesn't matter. I got giddy when I seen them on the big screen. Oh, but this guy Bobby, he was supposed to be their best security guy, but he is a lousy shot and gets one tapped by one of the Spinos. But what makes this scene even worse is there's like a back-to-back death. They did this girl so dirty. She didn't even need to die this early. As for the family, they got separated from the main group because the teenage daughter, Teresa, fell overboard. If I want to be devil's advocate, he did try to prevent her from calling help because, you know, what they're doing is kind of illegal. So yeah, he isn't going to let this happen. I'm not saying what he did is right, but I cannot say what he did was wrong either. Oh my god, that sounds so bad. Okay. What was he supposed to do? Why I'm more pissed off about how this family has like the thickest plot armor known to man in this franchise. While our A-team are losing people left and right, the family is safe despite Teresa falling into spino-infested water, the boyfriend almost got jumped by velociraptors, and the family left unscathed by a Houdini T-Rex river rapid adventure. Okay, like, why is she stupid? Why did she activate the raft next to a sleeping dinosaur? You may get accepted to NYU, but I don't think you're the smartest person in the group. Even your idiot boyfriend knows that that was a bad idea. I don't know, maybe she used AI or something. Sure, this scene references the original books, but this isn't exciting when nothing bad ever happens to them.
See? No consequences.
The family gets off pretty easy. Even the little girl gets her own baby Yoda.
Home with me.
That may or may not be a terrible idea.
She did help at the end, but this does not make me invested in the B plot. Back to the movie, everything is hunky-dory. The Titanosaurus sample is gathered without a hitch. Though it's kind of funny that these 50-foot behemoths are able to hide in these tall grass like if they were a Pokemon. And the third target, the Quetzalcoatl, is successfully collected with no issues whatsoever. And you know what's an interesting lore dump? Rupert says that the island hosts an abandoned hybrid facility.
So this island was a laboratory of sorts. They conducted experimental work here. Any that were malformed or just too damn hard for anybody to look at, they left them here.
Where have I seen that before? Yet, we only see 2 living hybrids throughout the film, the winged raptor called the Mutodons and the D-Rex. The first time we see the Mutodons, it acted like an ambush predator, killing the velociraptor from above in one fell swoop. They could actually pose an actual threat, yet in the end of the movie, they just huddled the group together in this wide open area, just standing there, giving our protagonists an opportunity to dodge and weave their attacks. As for the D-Rex, oh my god, the one dinosaur that was supposed to get butts in the seats, it only shows up briefly at the beginning of the movie and at the very end, just like Transformers 4. Even then, we don't even get a good look at the D-Rex since most of the shots takes place at night. It's so dark, you can barely see what it looks like. The only way for you to know what it looks like is through some CGI models or toys. And oh my god, it's horrible looking. What is this? Its head looks like a beluga whale and it doesn't look like a dinosaur. It looks like a scaly, 6-legged gorilla. The Jurassic World franchise is so disappointing because at least in the first movie it has an active threat, the Indominus Rex, and every movie after it has their big bad, literally at the end of their movies, with little to no impact to the main story whatsoever. It just feels like they were just shoehorned in to increase the stake, but feels so unnecessary. I just wish that they would make the D-Rex more integral to the plot, since they were introduced in the beginning of the movie. What's the point of showing up in the beginning of the movie if it's just only gonna take a backseat 95% of the film, and does nothing else other than being another obstacle? As for Rupert, they made him a bad guy for some reason. Yeah, I would not say he is not a good person, but I would not say that he's evil. He didn't even bring a gun, he just found one from one of the downed helicopters. You know, it's something to protect himself from the dinosaurs. He dies at the end, by the way. And since he is their only payout, the surviving gang just distribute the samples to the non-profit and live happily ever after. The 70% that likes this movie? What's wrong with you? I love the Jurassic Park franchise, but I cannot in good terms say that this is a good movie. It's brain-dead entertainment, but it's not a good movie. And from all the characters, there are 2 people I am conflicted with. It's the boyfriend Xavier and Scarlett Johansson. When Xavier was first introduced, he was such a dumb loser. He is lazy and have no serious drive to be a better person. Teresa, please do not make me agree with your dad.
Okay, clearly, you don't see the side of him that I see.
The naked side.
On TikTok, people are glazy at Xavier. It's like, he is so funny. Oh, he grows onto me, but I don't see it. Those people are weird. It's like,
I know all of us has different opinions, but the only time people will ever see him to be a good character is when he does his weird one-liners.
Oh, not that thing.
And see him shirtless, I suppose.
yeah, sure, he did grow as a character later on in the movie, but it's just like, there is no significant improvement that warrants his redemption.
He is just some lame comedic relief guy to me. I just have no idea why people even like him.
Every time he speaks, I have no idea if he's being philosophical or he's just f***ing with us.
When an old person buys a bed, do you think before they buy it, they look at it and they go, oh wow, man, this is my deathbed?
As for Scarlett Johansson, as much as I like the actress, I don't really like Zora. Her character is a living self-contradiction. She is introduced as a mercenary. She came off as a scary, cunning, and strong character, but later in the movie, it was her call to save the family, showing compassion that wasn't previously shown beforehand, except some forced exposition to how she used to be a Marine and a traumatic past event. And when they get separated, instead of, finding them what a good person would do, she said to carry on to the mission and push forward, that maybe we will get to see them at the village.
Those kids, the people who went to the ocean, they could still be alive. I say we find them first and then we get out.
Like, what? Make up your mind. You wanted to save them and somehow they aren't priority? Oh my god.
We're supposed to do. Let's just get what we need and get out.
I cannot be too mad about this film because I can see Gareth Edwards' vision of this movie. It's more grounded than the previous 3 movies. He wanted to focus on this survival horror aspect like the original film, going back to its roots, unlike the over-the-top action Jurassic World trilogy does. He loves the original and he wants to reimagine the first film and have this movie more immersive too. He goes as far as shooting real-world locations such as closing up parts of New York City and filmed in the grassland jungles of Thailand. It's even more interesting when he decided to use a 35mm camera rather than the digital ones. There is a demand for these films, but they can't keep getting away with these blockbuster slop. People still love the franchise despite the negative critic score, but I don't think people just love the franchise. They love dinosaurs.
Why? Dinosaurs are cool.
In fact, at the time of writing the script, a movie trailer dropped, The End of Oak Street, and it looks really cool. This looks more like a horror survival than what Edward tries to translate. A lot of people are excited about this movie, showing that there is still an interest in dinosaur movies. If Universal can't keep up with improving their films and pumping out these subpar movies, then the audience will too, weighing their interest for the Jurassic Park franchise. It will soon be extinct until a new dinosaur franchise emerge. This is so corny. Why the hell do I write this?